Made a couple recent advancements here this week that I thought I'd share. One is that I've now built myself a glove box out of a large tub, and these are Tyvek sleeves from a Tyvek painting suit. I just cut the sleeves off and glued them around two holes that I drilled with a hole cutting tool on my drill, and I put a couple of rubber bands around on the inside to make it an actual genuine sleeve that rides around with my hands. You can see I have some petri dishes in there of agar that I just poured a couple of days ago. And also, I'm really excited about this guy. Just got him in the mail today. It's an All-American 25X Electric Autoclave. I think I'll be able to hold about 10 quart-sized jars in here at a time, and you know, it self-regulates the pressure with its own thermostat, so this will make sterilizing large numbers of jars for spawn much easier. I'm really looking forward to trying this out. I just built this table real quick this afternoon to put it on. And also, I'm about to harvest off of my first ever culture tube. These are pearl oysters. See, they're looking real nice. See, some of them are to the point now where it looks like if I leave them on overnight, they're probably going to start releasing spores. And I'd like to pick them before that point. This bag is 75% straw, 25% cottonseed hulls, and it weighs about 17 pounds, and it was inoculated with 2 quart jars of wild bird seed spawn. And I am pleased with it so far. I think it's pretty good for my first bag ever. And the grew room is updated a little bit since the last video. You can see here I have 2 of the ultrasonic bucket humidifiers now. They're both up off the floor, and while they do both have fans on top of them, I find that they work just fine without the fans running, so I'm actually going to take those fans off, and you can see they still, you know, push some mist out just as well. And you can see that the humidity in here is hanging at 99%. And these buckets aren't on all the time, they're on an on-off cycle that I have running off of a modified light timer. I got a different shelf in here from the last time. The other one was just a little too wide and came out a little too far, and it effectively completely blocked access to these back hooks. So I got a different shelf and put it in its place. I also updated the bucket humidifier. Whereas before, this connected directly to the coupler here, I was having issues with condensation forming in this part of the slant, and then the water would drip out the bottom here. And you can see I put perlite down on top of the shelf to help collect some of the moisture, because there's going to be some, then help it, you know, re-evaporate into the air. But it was not able to keep up with how fast this was dripping, so it was running over the edge and I was getting a bunch of water pooling on the floor. So I went and I got a 45-degree angle pipe and siliconed everything into place, and then I attached the tubing here and, you know, sealed it up with silicone as best I could as well, and that seems to be working much better. I also got a second pond fogger and put it into this bucket, so there are 2 pond foggers inside here, and that keeps the humidity a lot higher when the fan's running. It used to drop to about 70%, but I don't think it's dropping at all now. And I actually increased the fan speed almost twice as fast as it was, so there's a lot more fresh air exchange in here now over there was before. And this is another bag here. It's the same composition as this bag, only it weighs 20 pounds instead of 17 pounds. And I didn't poke holes in it from the beginning of colonization, so I think what happened is water pooled at the bottom of the bag, and the bottom 3 inches just never really colonized. And I also have a second flush on the first bag that I grew. So, it'd be interesting to see how much this flush weighs. It looks like I have quite a lot more clusters. Maybe because the humidity in here has been being managed a lot better lately. So, that's what I've been up to. Next up, I'm going to be installing a ground fault circuit interrupter on the line running to the pasteurizing tank, so that way I can protect myself from electrocution. as many of you online have suggested, so I am taking that advice. And I also eliminated a lot of the electrical outlets that were in the room. That is being removed. It's not plugged in. I decided it's just not necessary. It takes up space, and crap on the floor is not good. And I'll be able to take out that extension cord that's in here. But yeah, all of the plugs are actually now outside the grow room. So some of you will be happy about that. Thanks for tuning in.